I know. It's a different perspective today because we were moving things around to the last minute trying to get things to work here with YouTube burping. YouTube is not perfect. And I think a lot of people realize this, but people who realize this more than others are the content creators, people like myself. In today's AMA, Adam Wallace asked, would I ever consider turning LockerGnome into a YouTube network? This is something that I wanted to do before the idea of an MCN or a multi-channel network existed or was popularized throughout the years. And I believe a lot of MCNs serve the content producers rather well, but tend to serve the more popular content producers on YouTube better than they serve most. And it tends to turn into a huge cattle call, and there's no specific value of belonging to one MCN or another necessarily, unless you have someone who can work with you directly to not just grow your channel beyond the things that you might be doing anyway, but also thrive and give you reach to or access to more things than you would have had otherwise. And I think MCNs have done a fair job at trying to make it happen. I tried years ago. I thought of, well, what if I could bring other talent in and I didn't have to be the only face and I could find some amazing people. And so Marquez Brownlee and Lamar Wilson, two examples of people who've gone on to do their own YouTube stuff, and some far greater than I could ever hope for. But that's part of my frustration, is being able to recognize someone who's talented and not be able to serve them as well as I could. So one of the goals or dreams of having a patron campaign or a Patreon campaign, and I realized that the names there are not turning out to be displayed as well as they could have been displayed. I want to have a production team. I want to be able to do more of what I can do better. And I think being able to identify talent is part of it. Knowing that I see someone who's got promise and to be able to connect them with sponsorship opportunities or anything like that would be amazing. So what I'm going to do here in the middle of this, as I'm directing, producing, and actually doing the video, is redoing that part of it. So the one thing that I think I would want to do, and I've wanted for a number of years for myself, is figure out how to give content producers some kind of insurance. And I don't just mean an E&O type of insurance, errors and omissions insurance. I'm talking about something substantially deeper. And that would be the ability to say, if you're a part of this network and you do these things, it wouldn't be a cattle call. It'd just be specific for specific people. If you do these specific things, we'll be able to help you get health insurance as like a bonus, a premium, and then work our way through the industry to mitigate other costs that a content producer might have, regular costs that you have to deal with that just take away, and then work with partnerships, larger partnerships, to help facilitate those things. And I think that would make it an amazing MCN. That would be an MCN that everybody would strive to be within. But I don't have the ability to do that. If I could do that I had to do it for myself. But if I could do something like that for myself, it would definitely take a team of people. It would take someone with a massive degree of experience, more than just the idea, the ability to execute. So if I were to ever do something that I want to do, I need to find people who can support that particular idea, and specifically people who could help execute on that particular idea. That's the MCN I would want. That's how I would turn LockerGnome into a network that would be worth joining, giving benefits to people and helping them mitigate costs that they have to deal with as content producers who have to deal with their own costs. And, that to me would be a great help to have some kind of guild to belong to, or some kind of union of sorts to belong to, or an MCN, someone who can give me a massive amount of help in an area that I might need the help, covering costs. That would be what I would have as a value add in a LockerGnome network, whatever it would be called. And of course, identifying talent and being able to line up deals for them to be able to manage and do what they do well. I got to do what I do well, and for other people to do what they do well. And I would certainly want to take that approach. Was this idea worth talking about? Possibly. Could someone else do it? Absolutely. That'd be great if someone did, but no one else has done it yet, because I'm sure it's not easy to do. I still think it's worth doing, and I can't imagine any content producer out there would not want to join something like that, because it isn't easy necessarily to deal with some of the things that we might have to deal with to be able to do the things that we do for a greater part of our community.